taken after I had a little battle with breast cancer. So someone told me that there was a way to do El Camino, to get to know yourself. When you reach Santiago de Compostela, the church, my God, you feel so good. I even told my husband that I would like for him to do it, so he experiences the same thing that I experienced. The food is wonderful, it's cheap, it's beautiful, people are nice. Someone on the phone that you can call, then that is very comfortable, especially if you don't speak the language, and especially if you have not done that. Is, to me, is to do some research, investigate. Is El Camino for you or not?
Today we have with us Ilsend. This is our sixth episode of the YouTube videos. And we are here because we would like to learn about the experience from Ilsend when she walked the Camino Portuguese by the coast 2 years ago. So welcome, Ilsend. So what you can tell us, why was your decision for making the Camino 2 years ago?
Thank you for having me, Efrain. My decision was taken after I had a little battle with breast cancer. So someone told me that there was a way to do El Camino, to get to know yourself, and to give thanks for whatever reason or for whatever thing you have done, or how lucky you were to be able to recuperate. My sister and I decided to do El Camino, and it took us 7 days walking.
Okay.
And it was difficult.
Okay.
It was some days you didn't want to wake up and walk, but we did. We cried, we prayed, and we fought a lot, me and my sister. But at the end of the day, we were so happy every time that we finished one of the
stages.
routes. Yes. Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Okay, and before that, the breast cancer happened to you, and I'm sorry to hear that happened to you. Before that happened, you knew about the Camino, or you didn't know?
Yes, I knew about the Camino because I have a sister who lives in Vigo.
Okay.
So she was telling us about all these people who were walking and praying, and and I said, well, that is so nice, but I have never in my life thought about doing it. And but all of a sudden I decided, I say, okay, let's do El Camino. And my sister, who lives in Germany, she said, oh, I'll do it with you, so you don't go by yourself. Okay. I said, okay.
Okay, and how long take to make the preparation from the moment that you decided to go until you actually go to the Camino?
Efrain, it took me almost a year.
Okay.
It took almost a year to make sure that I understood what the commitment of doing El Camino was, because and get ready. You don't get ready for different things that can happen because you are outside walking, and rain can happen. Your feet can hurt, but you don't get like prepared for that. But I got mentally prepared, knowing that I was going to start and I was going to finish.
Okay.
And at the beginning, we were so eager, and we said, well, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do this in 5 days. No, it is something that you have to enjoy, that you have to do it, and you have to think about different reasons why you are doing. I don't know. You have done the Camino, right?
Yes, I walked the Camino last year, and I'm gonna walk again this year.
Oh, how wonderful! Along the way, you see different rocks and people who places the rocks, and the just for me to start placing those rocks uh, on top of the pyramid, the little pyramid that they have, it was something that brought me like a joy and peace, and but it was beautiful. I loved it,
Yes.
even though I cried a lot because my feet hurted. And one of the things is that if you don't have the correct footwear, that is going to happen.
Yes. That is important to know. And some recommendations are that you use your shoes before you go to the Camino. And
Correct. And that they are comfortable enough to stand with you for at least 5 hours
yes.
without hurting your feet. The other thing that when we were doing El Camino, we met a lot of people, and I had a blister in my foot, and the lady gave me a pair of socks without lines.
Okay.
It was a sock without cuts. So
Okay.
the feet didn't have to break in, and so
Okay.
it was wonderful. That is a good also thing. Another thing is that probably don't carry so much weight.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Mhm.
So you should be having a backpack that is something comfortable for you and don't
Exactly.
damage your back as well.
Exactly. Correct. Correct.
So then with all that, so that experience before you prepare like a year in order to finally go to the
Hmm.
Camino, and then after you did the Camino,
Hmm.
what difference did you see before doing the Camino and actually after you finish your Camino? What do you think about that?
Okay. First of all, before doing El Camino, I thought it was going to be very simple because I walk a lot. I walk 4 or 5 miles. So I but here in Florida, everything is flat.
Okay,
So one thing. Second thing is that there are no bathrooms anywhere. So you have to accommodate to nature.
okay,
So that was another thing that I wasn't prepared, and it happened
okay,
because it happens. The other thing was the inclement weather. One day was extremely hot, the other day was pouring rain. And because you're going on the coast, I was in the summer. I did it in the summer, so it was super hot, super hot. And all of a sudden, the rain, the cold, so you're not prepared for that. And but when I finished the Camino, I said, well, you know what? I wasn't prepared for that, but I was prepared mentally that I wanted to start it and I wanted it to finish it because that is the only many, like I said, many nights I went to bed and I didn't want to wake up early
okay,
because we woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, had breakfast, and started because the summer it was too hot.
okay.
So we had to take advantage of the cooler hours, and that was hard. That was hard.
Yeah, so probably if you were making that in during the fall time or the springtime, probably you have lived a different experience.
Exactly. I will suggest to do that.
Okay.
Uh, Europe, believe it or not, over during the summer is hot, super hot, especially on that area. But during the spring or the fall, probably is nicer. It's
Yeah.
nicer. My sister did it this year in May by bicycle uh, through the Pyrenees in France,
Okay.
and she took 2.5 weeks bicycling. But she said that she will do it again because it wasn't that hot.
Yeah, it's really nice. I have heard that people that do it by bike has a great
Mm-hmm.
experience as well. And this is
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that we can help people do it. We have people in Spain that also provide the bike if they are
Oh,
looking.
wonderful. Great.
So,
Yes.
there
Yes.
are different ways to do it. And if she's doing from France, from the Saint Jean Pied de Port, it's
Uh-huh. Amazing. Beautiful. Now, the other thing that I was afraid of is because of my age. I said probably I if I break something, if I fall in, do something. No, you cannot limit yourself because of the age. You can you can go, and there is a lot of way to get emergency help or whatever through El Camino. Is very secure. I thought so. That because a lot of people going, a lot of people on the road, they can help you, and everything is so. That was one of my problems also, because I said, what about if I'm too old to do El Camino? But then I saw so many people from different part of the world, different ages, different group, uh, students, all people, everybody, and there is no limit.
yeah. And I guess that probably you notice that people are very happy in general.
Exactly. And at the end of the Camino, you end up so happy, so recharged, so like you have accomplished something big in your house, and that in your life. And that is what El Camino does to you.
That's absolutely correct. And on top of that, other thing that we provide with the plans that people decide to work with us is that we provide an emergency phone number that is someone pick it up there in Spain. It's local there and it's 24 by 7. So in the eventual or something is happening to someone, they can call that number, and on that number they're gonna provide help what they need to do in order to resolve any particular issue
That
that.
is wonderful, Efrain. That is one of the most important things, really, for some people. Especially if you're on medication or whatever, the hotels. Well, I didn't stay in a hotel. I stayed in the um,
Albergue?
in the albergues. Uh, and some people forget things, let things behind. So if you are under medication or whatever, and you have a phone number that you can call and they can help you, that is wonderful.
Yes.
You don't have to return
Yes.
to the place.
And then during when you were walking, beside all the people that you find through all the different routes that you were taking, what else do you see around? What else do you see around you?
A lot of nature, a lot of people help trying, like, accommodate you if you're thirsty, if you're this, it's a lot of everybody's so happy and so willing to help you go through it, that I loved it. I love the country. I love the nature. I saw the mountains. I found the waterfalls. I mean, we jumped in one. It was freezing, but we were so hot that we loved it. And it's a lot of stuff you get to learn about that, a lot. And when you reach Santiago de Compostela, the church, my God, you feel so good. It's like, you know, you have accomplished a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. And after you arrive to Santiago, and then after you go to the church, did you do anything else in Santiago, or you just return back?
We had dinner and celebrated.
Very close to the plaza where the church is?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We
Okay.
celebrated. And then I went to Vigo to my sister, and I stayed there for 2 more weeks,
Okay.
resting and getting all that, getting everything in. Um, but it is what I was full of emotions. Truthfully, I
Yeah.
was super emotionally and motivated, and I even told my husband that I would like for him to do it, so he
Okay.
experiences the same thing that I experienced. So you know.
Have you convinced him about going back there?
Not yet. Not yet. He said when he retires. So let's hope.
Okay. Yeah, so actually, there's a lot of retired people that like to do the Camino, and they enjoy it so much.
Hmm.
Yes,
The food is wonderful. It's cheap. It's beautiful. People are nice. And some people are afraid of the language barrier. No, you can communicate with anyone over there because they are willing to. So, no problem.
yeah, they are very friendly, and even if they don't speak the language, so with signs, there's gonna be a
Uh-huh.
way for them to
Yes.
communicate with you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and also for the people that wants to talk with somebody in English, with the phone number that we provide, they can talk with someone in English. So that's
Oh,
fine too.
you see, that is a wonderful service.
Yes, yes. And
Great.
then, so what about the meals? You say that it's a great food and all that, but do you generally have breakfast at the hotels?
No, because we stayed in the
Albergues.
uh uh-huh. We got breakfast on the wall, and we only have uh coffee and empanada or whatever was there. But having the meal packet will be great,
Okay.
because if you don't have a meal packet, you will be like us, trying to find at 5 o'clock a place where to eat, not knowing the prices, or you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's wise, if you're planning to go and you're buying a packet, that in your packet you have a meal plan
Yeah.
also. So
Yeah.
you know exactly where you're going to eat, and you don't have to worry about that.
Yes. So I totally agree with you, and that's why we do also that we provide on
Oh,
the
okay.
plan that we include the breakfast. I totally recommend the breakfast because
Uh-huh.
at the time, like you say, leaving that earlier, it's very hard to find a
It's
place.
very hard, yes.
While the other way around, the hotel may have a place, or if they don't have a place to where to eat, they are gonna tell you should go to this place that is gonna be open at this time, and
Exactly.
and then you leave, and in the middle of the day, also you can have a second breakfast as well, and
Correct.
then the dinner may be included as well, but I do not recommend that one. And the reason of why not recommend that one is because with the dinner you have a choice to eat wherever you want. It's not as with like the breakfast, and
Okay.
the other way around, you're gonna need to eat where the hotel tells you where to eat.
Oh, I see. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Good. Yeah.
Yes. And what type of recommendation would you make to someone that doesn't know anything about the Camino but wanted to do the Camino uh, before start training and then preparing for the Camino?
I think that one of the things that I would recommend is to investigate.
Okay.
Do a search. Search what El Camino de Santiago looks like. Find, if you're not able to do it, if you're not good by doing things by yourself, well, find someone. I can imagine that Caminos Wonder does that. Find Caminos Wonder and talk to them and see what they have to offer, and see what is it that they can offer. And if they offer, you guys offer the fly.
No, that's the only thing that we do not offer. We offer
Okay.
everything once they arrive to
Okay,
the first
even
stop in the
better.
Camino.
Yes, even better, because people are afraid to go. Okay, I'm going on this plane. Fine. I'm taking the plane in Miami. I'm going uh to Santiago. Fine. But what do I do there? Right? So if you have someone waiting for you and taking you to the place and explaining to you what to do and all that thing, and in every check mark you have someone there, or you have someone on the phone that you can call, then that is very comfortable, especially if you don't speak the language, and especially if you have not done that yet. But the first thing is, to me, is to do some research, investigate, is El Camino for you or not? See what can you bring, and you don't, or you don't have to bring. Some people, I know, because my sister brought so many stuff that we had to mail it from where we were back to Germany because she couldn't handle it. So that is one thing that you have to make make a check mark. What I need this, I need this, I need this, like a checklist, and
Yeah,
mark it.
correct. It's very important that you bring to the Camino everything that you bring. You need to make sure that you're gonna use it. Be-
Exactly.
because if not, that's more weight for you without any need.
Necessary.
Yes, correct, necessary.
Hmm.
Yes. So,
Yes.
and any other thing that would you recommend beside that?
um Make sure that you're comfortable going to the bathroom in different places.
Okay.
Make sure that if you have never camped before, it's like camping. It's like going camping. And it's not like you're going to see animals or whatever during the Camino, but you may. We found a pack of dogs, and even though they went by us and they went ahead, they were waiting for us at the end of the route. So I went like, oh, dogs, but they don't didn't bother us. But yeah, it's there are things like that that can happen.
And what about the ways that you were walking through? So the paths, how they were those
Oh,
asphalt? Were those dirt? What kind of?
no, there were we when we passed the town, there was asphalt. If we went by the highway, it was very close to the highway. But then we went through the mountains, and that's why you have to be careful, because we went up like it was like a dry river. It was a canal of dry river, and it was hard to climb. And then the same climbing was going down.
Mhm.
So you have to be able to do some, you know, pushing, uh, bending. You have to have a little bit of flexibility in your body.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, there are all kind of people that even with all that, they are able to walk.
Yes, yes.
It's not something impossible.
It's not impossible. Is not impossible.
Okay, so well, thank you very much for all the conversation here, Ilsen. That before just leaving, so I would like to make a little game with all our guests about that.
Okay.
So about the Camino. So, would you prefer to stay your next time in a private hotel with your private bathroom, or you prefer to do it in an albergue?
Hotel private bathroom.
Okay.
Because in el albergue, you don't know who you're going to be sleeping with.
Okay. So the other question, so you prefer someone take your luggage for you from one stop to the other stop, or you prefer take your
Okay.
a big
Oh my
backpack with you?
God. No. Wonderful. Just take my backpack and give me what I need for the route that I'm doing, and that's it. The backpack, believe it or not, kills your back.
Okay.
So it's more comfortable to have someone, yeah, of course.
Okay. And then would you prefer, even though that we do not plan for the airfare, we can make suggestion on how to arrive to Santiago. Would you prefer that someone take care of preparing all that information for you, or you'll do it by yourself?
It's very important for someone to do it for you. You know why? Because we were debating what to do, me and my sister. We were arguing about it for 2, 3 nights before we started, because we didn't know where to start, how to go by, how to do it. And we were following a map, and then if you don't have the signal of the satellite signal for your cell phone, you will get lost. So if they tell me you start here and you're going to walk 10 miles and there we're going to wait for you, then that would be wonderful.
Yeah. One of the things that we also provide once we provide the package about 35 days before leaving the US is that we are going to let them know about an app that they can be used over the cell phone. That app is special for the Camino. So
Oh,
when you are
wow.
going through the Camino, you can turn that on, and they are gonna know that you are doing the Camino.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
So it's a great information over there.
Uh-huh. Very good. I agree.
So, well, again, thank you very much for being with us today, and to our viewers. So I hope that you like this episode, and please feel free to put into the comment sections any questions that you would like that future guests answer for you to know more about the Camino. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Efrain. Have a
And,
good night.
and buen camino, and next time again. So when you go with
Okay.
your mom.
Thank you. Buen camino.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.